Everything in this live will be completely true, unlike the one time I made a joke that went the wrong way, the astronaut story. Did I ever tell you guys? I think I told you the astronaut story, Josh.
What's the astronaut story?
It was like one day, people always ask the same questions over and over and over again. They're always asking, how did you go blind? How do you read comments? And finally, I just got tired of telling the story of how I went blind. And I was like, I've answered this a million times, so I'm going to tell a different story. And then I said, I was a NASA astronaut and I was doing a spacewalk, and the shield that was covering my face that was designed by Revo was faulty. There wasn't enough shading on it. And I accidentally looked directly at the sun and it burned out my retinas. And then I went, enter, like a couple lines down. I said, just kidding. The real answer is in the description of this video. And then like 2 months later, I completely forgot about that. And I get tagged in this Facebook post. And this woman was like, my daughter is losing her eyesight to the same exact eyesight disease that Pete Guston has. And the next comment goes, your daughter's an astronaut? And then it went on and on and on and on and on. And all these people were like, I read online that he lost his eyesight because he's an astronaut. And I was like, oh my God. And the comment had been so long before, I couldn't remember what video it was on or where it was. And it's still up. It's still up somewhere. So I won't ever do that again. Everything will be true from now on.
All right, well, we got a question.
Yeah.
How do you know how to ollie a skateboard?
Well, I started skating. I think the first time I grabbed a skateboard, I was only like 5 years old, and I hadn't even been diagnosed with my eyesight disease at that point. I just kind of I didn't start learning how to ollie until I was like 8 or 9, but I'd really only been diagnosed at age 8. I don't know how much vision is involved in ollieing. Like, I guess your positioning, you don't want to be doing it like next to a curb or next to a set of stairs, but ollieing
With my eyes closed.
yeah, it's like all feel. That's an all feel deal.
You got someone's fiance to surf.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
Says thank you.
sorry. I was gonna say sorry for ruining the potential marriage because your fiance is just gonna be out surfing all the time now. That's how it is around here. Do you mind if I don't spend any of this day with you and I just go surfing? But we never spend any time together. Yeah, after surfing we can spend time together.
When you're all tired.
Yeah. I'll be napping.
Someone says, when did you start surfing?
I started surfing, 2023? I moved out here in 2016, so in San Diego local terms, I'm still very, very new. Most people, Josh, you grew up surfing, didn't you?
Well, like 13.
Yeah, I feel like that's old for San Diego.
It is.
I didn't even touch a surfboard until about six and a half years ago.
Yeah, nowadays you got like 6-year-olds surfing better than me.
Yeah. I've been on a board for about six years, I think, at this point.
How do you know you're safe in the ocean?
I'm not. I'm never safe. I got this guy looking after me. Do you think that makes me safe?
I like when you compare it to on land versus water, though. Like in the water, for the most part, you can kind of go anywhere. You know?
Yeah. I mean, on land it sucks. Like Josh is my guide on land and at sea, and on land is just obstacles here. There's chairs, there's people, there's a wall, there's a car coming. Look out! There's all sorts of stuff. Basically, in the water, you just kind of you guys both. When I surf with both of you, you basically take care of everything. You just say. I've set you up in a good spot. The next closest person is 70 yards to your left. Another person is 50 yards to your right. You should be good. We've had a couple minor incidents with people that weren't paying attention because no one out there ever knows that I'm blind. But for the most part, I always feel like I'm in a pretty... I'm safe. I don't surf alone anymore. I used to do that in the beginning, and that's dangerous for everybody. So as long as I've got someone looking for the other people, I feel like I'm totally safe.
I feel like this is kind of a cool question. I don't think we have. Have you ever tried a ripstick?
No. Is that like a razor scooter or something?
Yeah, it's like a skateboard, but it only has 2 wheels, one on the front and back, and then you like swivel it. It's almost like a carver, but like literally split in half and has a pole that
Oh.
yeah.
We were looking for something to do today. Let's go find a ripstick.
I got one at my house.
You do?
Yeah.
Why is it not here?
I don't know.
All right, well,
It's pretty old.
Thank you for the suggestion. We will be ripsticking later today.
That or Crocs with Heelys. I've seen that's in.
That doesn't sound cool.
Oh, I think it's sick.
Crocs with Heelys? I feel like you just slide right out of them. Banana threw away my Heelys.
People are asking where Banana is.
Banana is in the other room, probably dealing with our crazy animals who are not allowed to come in here. So once she gets them settled and wrangled, and I mean, she still might be cleaning up some blood from yesterday's adventures. if anybody saw the trailer, the teaser.
Do you know what is on June 6th?
What is on June 6th?
Yeah, if April 19th was National Banana Day, what do you think June 6th is?
National Blind Guy Day?
Yup.
No way.
Well, it's Blind Person Recognition Day.
Blind Person Recognition Day?
Yeah, man, you're recognized that day.
All right. June 6th.
Oh, here's a good one. I want to know how Banana puts up with the insanity.
Oh, well, might be
Joking.
might be another reason she's not in here quite yet. The insanity is a lot to put up with. She's a mostly sane person, and everybody in this room is not entirely sane. And this whole, I mean, just all right. Here's the truth for you. Starting a YouTube channel that is about your life is effing difficult for the person that's in your life that isn't doing the YouTube channel. I often feel this way about stand-up comedians' wives, because we just watched, who did we watch last night? I listened, they watched, Sandler. And he was talking about his wife a little bit, and Chris Rock was talking about his ex-wife and his mother and stuff, and a special we saw. And I feel like, at least in the stand-up comedy world, you're like, oh, they're just making jokes, it's probably funny. But in YouTube, at least on this channel is all true in reality, it is kind of putting a lot on your significant partner to be like, you know what, I'm going to be talking about these stories, you might be on film all the time. It is asking a lot. So she puts up with it remarkably well, because I have taken what used to be a very private life. I mean, I just used to sit in a booth and read copy and no one ever saw my face. We were very private people. And now we can't leave our house without getting recognized as Banana, you're Banana, you're Banana. And that's a lot for someone to deal with who's never been in the limelight, but she does it really well.
What shoes are you wearing?
What's she really wearing?
No. I slur. What shoes are you wearing?
Oh, what shoes am I wearing? These ones are, they were custom designed Vans. They've got the Find a Way logo on the top. They've got the Superdog logo on the back. And then I wrote, is that where it is? Is that my writing on that side?
No.
Oh, it's that side?
Yeah.
And then on that side, it's, I actually wrote that on a big piece of computer paper. I took a 2-inch marker and wrote Blind Surfer, and then they transferred it onto a shoe for me. These are not for sale, they're just made for me.
They need to make your handwriting a font. I think it looks cool.
Oh, really? It was really funny when I sent this to a designer. The one thing he said was, he's like, I think we need to change the font. It doesn't look good. And I was like, what? I was like, but that's my writing.
What is the artwork
Someone
above
super
the
chatted.
curtains?
Can you please do a Batman voice and also cool shirt?
Oh, thank you. The shirt was made, it was a surprise for me from the guys at Volcom. I believe it's, I can never feel it. I don't feel like the font is raised, but I feel like it says Blind Surfer somewhere, like maybe there. I don't know, it's over there somewhere. And what's a Batman? So the Batman I remember, I mean, I guess they're probably talking the cartoon one. They super chatted, so I feel obligated, but I don't know what I'd say.
Maybe the one from like Dark Knight or the recent Batman where he's like, yeah, is it? Like, you know.
I don't really do voices, but is he just deep down here? Yeah, that's kind of like halfway between Bane without an accent, but like, tomorrow we're going to go out and fight crime. Josh will be beating people up with the nunchucks that I accidentally broke, and I will be swinging wildly and hitting no one.
That was good.
That was pretty good.
It was a good Batman.
That's what you get if you super chat.
Voiceovers on request. Although normally if I do a voiceover, I feel like I probably got a lot more than $1.50 or however much they paid for a chat.
Some zeros at the end of the dollar.
Yeah, that was the cheapest voiceover I've ever done.
What was the weirdest place you ever got recognized?
Oh, so Banana and I were on a hike in Yosemite National Park, and we were at Carlin Falls. There's actually a video about it because, of course, the poor girl doesn't get to go anywhere without having something videoed. But we were like in the middle of nowhere, and we found this little waterfall and a little pond, and we were just kind of standing there and talking, and we're getting ready to get the camera out, and the one person that was in the woods, well, there were two of them, I guess. There were two people, and then us, and then miles of nothing, like nobody around. And the girl goes, she's English, she's like, aren't you the guy from TikTok? And we're like, what? She totally recognized, she's like, I kind of recognized your look, but then you started talking and I knew right away. And yeah, we were like definitely in the middle of nowhere. We'd hiked for quite some time to find a private spot, and someone still spotted us.
Max McInnes donated $1 with no message, so.
Well, thank you, Max. I appreciate that. I didn't have to be a performing circus animal. That's okay.
Someone asked if they could buy Superdog merch. Do you still have the stickers?
I never sold the stickers, and here's what's going on with that. So I took the merch off of the website because the company that is a YouTube recommended partner, I wasn't really thrilled with their quality of print. And we had some issues, people contacting me, and they're like, I got the shirt and the logo peeled off. And I wasn't even keeping the money, I was giving it to the Blind Surfer Foundation in memory of Superdog. And then I know you guys are working hard for your money and you're buying the merch and the stuff's peeling off. That was unacceptable to me. I love the fact that people want to support that and would like to rock the gear. I have for sale, I think right beneath this video right now, even though we're in vertical, there's probably a link to buy a bucket hat and then the surf squatch that I designed. But I'm gonna find a way to get the Superdog merch back up there in a quality way, because I know a lot of YouTubers use the same exact company that I did, and they jack up the prices and they take your money and then the stuff falls apart and they don't care, and I don't feel right about that. So I want to do it differently and give you some quality stuff in the future.
People want to know about the Nickelodeon deal.
So there's no deal with Nickelodeon. I can't talk a lot about it. I haven't even signed an NDA, but it's just not like you don't go in the business, you don't talk about deals that aren't done. But they are listening to my ideas right now, and I'm extraordinarily passionate about this idea because it does involve Superdog. And I felt that video, I actually sat on that video that I posted talking about bringing him back, and I almost felt like it was I feel like I'm tearing up because his ashes are behind me right now. I felt weird saying I was bringing him back because I know he's never coming back. But the way that I feel like his and my bond was, I feel like I can at least bring the passion of that back. And damn it, this is hard for me. I know I'll probably get the deal with them someday and go in the booth and be like, I can't, I was gonna start crying in the first minute. Watch, Banana's gonna walk in now and she's gonna be like, what did you guys do to him?
It's the chat.
Obviously still very, very emotional about Superdog. He meant an awful lot to me. And the cartoon is a way that I feel like I could get, just like I said, that bond that he and I had going again. And there's things I feel like I could do in a cartoon that I can't do in real life, and reaching a younger audience and showing them that my goal with it is, as it is with the channel, is to show that despite the fact that someone's got a disability, such as myself, this cartoon, it would be all fun, all action, all excitement. No, just like the videos, I never tell people outright like, oh, do this, do that. I just show them, and I feel like this cartoon would be, I'd hope to be normalizing disabilities, and so that little kids can grow up watching this and say, hey, there's this blind surfer cartoon, and he's blind, but he can do stuff. A big part of the cartoon would be showing all the things that the blind surfer character can do and overcome and still have fun and still live a good life. And I feel like if kids grow up watching that cartoon, instead of seeing a blind person or meeting a deaf person or seeing someone that's missing a limb or in a wheelchair, and feeling sorry for them, because I feel like that's what culture does now, like, ooh, that poor person, because there aren't a lot of good role models and there's not a lot of early introduction. And Daredevil is such an unrealistic character. This is something we discussed in the meeting, actually. One of the executives was like, what about Daredevil? I'm like, he's unrealistic to the point that it's not a good role model for blind people. And this character would also be unrealistic to the point that it's a cartoon, but backed by a real human being, me. And I feel like that combo, so reaching younger audiences with the cartoon, backed by what we do here on the channel, I think that would do a lot for helping the cause of anybody out there that's struggling with anything, to show that they can overcome it.
Nice.
There's one person, Sam Rome, just wants you to know that you inspired them to keep skateboarding.
That's awesome.
Also, David, if we do grab the ripstick today, we will probably go to the park. So, be there. He said he lives right next to it.
Oh, okay. Let's not give the exact address.
Oh, what's your favorite food, and do you like cookies? Because my username is Cookie King, and I love cookies.
Cookie King. My favorite food, my brain always wants to say ribs. I just love barbecue ribs. I'm a huge fan of meat fall off the bone barbecue ribs and cookies. I mean, yeah, I love cookies. I've been getting these
Yeah,
ones
you
from
love cookies a
yeah.
lot.
I always have a cookie or something chocolatey after my lunch, and the one that I've been getting lately is like this big. And I eat the whole thing after lunch. I eat it. It's called the Chocolate Extreme Cookie. So it's a chocolate cookie with big giant chocolate chunks in it. And I don't even know, how do you make a chocolate cookie? Like, what do you do? I never thought about that. Like, do they just pour like syrup into the cookie mix?
I don't know, but we just made a cheesecake the other day, and we thought about making a strawberry cheesecake. And for that, do you use strawberry cream cheese? I feel like it's the same situation.
Use chocolate chips.
What, chocolate chips? But the cookie itself is chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. Yeah. Okay.
You know what other cookie? Brooks, you and I were at the farmer's market, and this woman gave us, it was called a strawberry champagne cookie. And
Oh, yeah, that's right.
it was, I believe it might have even had like white chocolate chips in it, or either way, they were either white or dark chocolate chips, but it was like whatever the champagne was, and there were actually strawberry pieces inside the chocolate. And once I bit in and found the strawberry pieces, I'm like, that's amazing. It was a really good cookie. There's a lot of talk about cookies.
Yeah.
Do you want one now?
Kinda. Well, you have turned us into a taste testing channel. So we're hoping this weekend there's a French restaurant, like that way. We're hoping to go find frog's legs and compare them to chicken wings. And I don't know if the French restaurant is going to let us just walk in there and take frog's legs. We're going to have to sit
So I
down
just
for
said
a
I
whole
had
meal.
nice toes.
You do?
I am starting an OnlyFans to let everyone know. In case you want to subscribe.
Are you showing off your toes?
I didn't mean to, but apparently.
Brooks has nice toes.
That's what I'm saying.
I got it. How much will you pay?
For the OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the classic. Has anyone not believed you're blind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, so I don't understand the settings on my phone. I mean, I understand them, but YouTube does something weird. Like, I don't even know what my setting. I shouldn't get, as far as I can tell, I should not get notifications on my phone from YouTube comments because they would just be all day, all the time. But every once in a while, like once or twice an hour, I get a notification. It seems completely random. They're not replying to me. I don't understand it. And I'll be sitting there like in the middle of my work day, like, and I'm in the middle of something, and I get a notification. You know, I haven't gotten one in an hour, and I get the thing and it says, you know, notification from YouTube. User Jackass1 says you're not blind, and I literally like stop what I'm doing. I'm like, "Arr!" Like it makes me so mad because, I mean, I don't understand like who would go through all this effort to fake a disability, and the fact that I worked endlessly hard to not show the fact that I was blind for a long time because it was embarrassing and it was dehumanizing, and I started to need help for things that I never needed help, and so I worked really hard to not show my blindness. And then when I finally go out into the world and go, all right, I've got this disability, this is how I'm overcoming it, for some ding dong to be like, you're faking, is just like, it's upsetting and it's hurtful. And I literally will, like, I'll be in the middle of a read and I'll like respond to the person, I'll be like, read the description, do some Googling, talk to my friends, call my mom, here's my mom's phone number. Like anything to like, why would I fake this?
I thought it was funny that the username Devil's Advocate said bless me because I sneezed.
Oh, Devil's Advocate's in the chat. What's up, Devil's Advocate? Devil's Advocate is a frequent chatter we got. So generally every day you can count on a comment from Zen Moon Master, who's been there for a long time. Joni Hunt. There's Janine Teresia. I'm gonna forget someone. They're gonna be so. Oh, Deborah. Blanking the name. Deborah. And Devil's Advocate has been. You know what I really like is some days we post a long and a short, and then I'll see a comment on each from most of those people. Devil's Advocate will do a comment on each of them, and I notice, is it Devil's Advocate or
Yeah.
just, okay. It's really funny. When I listen to it on the computer, it says Devil's Advocate, and when I listen to it on my phone, it just says Devil's Advocate. It skips the dot.
Do you want to talk about sports at all? Do you have a favorite sports team? Any sports you used to play?
I used to play all the sports, basically. From a little kid, I played Little League, baseball. I was a competitive swimmer. I was a competitive sailor. I played pickup basketball with friends. I played football in high school when I could still see enough to. Have I told this story too many times? Do people know this?
I'll just say real quick, Gareth Walsh says hello from Ireland for $2.
Oh.
Or $2
But they're two
Ireland money. Pounds? I don't know. And then It Surge
Americans.
chatted for 99 cents with no message. So
Well, thank you and thank you. I wonder what $2. What is the? Oh, this is gonna be people are gonna be like he's so dumb. But what is the Irish dollar? Is it a dollar?
Yeah.
Like what's it called? Is it called a dollar? Like is an England a pound?
looks like a C with 2 lines between it.
No, I was thinking pound, but I don't know.
British pounds. Oh my God, we're so dumb. Okay.
Someone needs.
Someone needs to tell me. Is the British pound the money that is used in Ireland and Scotland? Right, it must be.
It's a euro.
It is? Wait, did they get rid of the pound? I need to stop talking.
Also, the Pan Man.
People,
First answer. Alan.
for anybody who thought I was intelligent, just listen to the last 90 seconds. Like, guy's an idiot. I'm just not very well traveled. I'm sorry.
That's why I do less talking.
A lot of people are asking how you got into voice work.
Thanks, Sam.
I kind of thought I wanted to be a voice actor from the moment my voice changed. Everybody's like, you should be on the radio. And I think I've told this story a lot, so I'll just fast forward a little bit. But I got into college. It is pounds.
No, it's the euro. Gareth, for another €2. Thank you, Gareth.
It's called the euro.
It's called the
It's
euro.
called the euro. And then
All right.
that one gamer says, when are you and Banana getting married?
I don't know.
Paid for that one. You have to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Thank you, that one gamer.
Well, when I heard a doggy gate close out there, so I feel like she was putting them away. Should we go see if we can hunt? No, she'll come down when she's ready, wouldn't she?
Probably.
Wouldn't she?
I don't know. I feel like she saw the closed door and might not want to come in. But I was talking about voiceovers. Basically, I got an internship at a radio station, and they put me in marketing. And my first job was to stand on a street corner like a prostitute, and I was handing out little postcards. On one side it said the radio station, it said WRKO, and the other side it was a $5 gift certificate to Dunkin' Donuts. And people are so averse to human contact that I was literally just trying to give people $5, and everyone like wanted nothing to do with me. I was like, being in promotion sucks. I don't want to do this. Standing on the streets and trying to give things away. So I did what I wanted to do is I got an internship in the production department, and I spent 2 years dubbing commercials. But while I was dubbing the commercials, I was practicing my own voiceovers, and it kind of went from there. It's a long story, but that's the start of it.
Andy Duran for $1.99 says, is Banana your wife's real name or is it a nickname?
She's coming. She's out there. There she is. Banana.
Hi.
Is Banana your real name, or is it a nickname?
Banana is not my real name.
We're vertical, which is why I feel like everybody just squished. Is there room for everybody?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
space.
Okay.
Wait, there was another really good question, and I thought this was a smart question.
Yeah.
If you could see one image for 10 seconds, what would it be?
Boobs.
Oh my god.
I figured you'd say, but
Show your mouse pad.
Oh, is this the new one or the old one? I
This is the
forget.
famous mouse pad.
Is this the original one? Or
So
I did buy a new
Flip
one.
it around.
Her boobs look dirty.
All right.
Lot
Well,
of use.
was all over.
yeah, yeah.
A lot of touching.
I mean, I'm playing with this thing a lot.
Enter banana.
Yeah.
Who grabbed this the other day? I think it was you, Josh. You're like,
Yeah.
these are realistic.
Oh yeah, they're squishy.
Yeah, they are. Have you ever felt these, Banana? You want to feel the boobs?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've always wondered. I should have a product like all the other YouTubers. Mr. Beast has his Feastables, and Miranda Singh has her lipstick. I should sell booby mouse pads with my face on it.
Well, that's weird.
Well, that's a very popular thing these days.
Yeah, but all of a sudden you have boobs.
No, I don't know.
Well,
Well, I could do it with my face and something else, but that would be highly inappropriate.
Daniel Del Zompo says, best for $5, best surf movie, a question from a NorCal surfer.
Oh,
I can answer this.
I was going to say
Go
it.
ahead.
Well, I'm going to need someone else to answer because, as you might imagine, I don't watch a lot of movies. However, you guys had me watch Surf's Up, which I couldn't visually enjoy it, but I do know that Rob Machado's and Kelly Slater's voice was in it, and I got a kick out of that because I know Rob, and it was super fun to hear him in the movie.
The whole movie was good.
My
Yeah.
whole answer is Surf's Up.
Yeah.
There's no better surf movie. Than
Wait, you're
Surf's Up.
Chicken Joe. You're Chicken Joe, right?
I'm Chicken Joe.
Yeah.
Someone says, is that a Lucy mouse pad?
It is. And there's another one in that office in there. I bought another one. This one was feeling so good on my wrist, I bought another one, but the Lucy one was discontinued. You want to show them the other mouse pad, Josh? Can you get out?
Someone also said there's
feel like
children present.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, it's where. So there's another mouse
but he
pad.
said hello from northern Utah.
Yeah.
So.
There's another mouse pad in that room. I don't know where you put the camera, but I would if someone can identify what character this is, because
This is way more fresh.
yeah, because the Lucy one was discontinued, so I bought another one, but I don't know who the character is. If anybody can identify that, I'd like to know whose boobs I'm touching every day. Are you showing it to the camera?
This doesn't get us banned on YouTube.
Yeah.
Whose figurative cartoon boobs, I guess I should have said.
Yeah.
Better if we switch over.
Oh no, you're good.
Let's see.
Josh made the whole video vertical banana. He just wanted to get as tight and close to you as possible. He's like, shucks, I can't turn it horizontal. I don't know what's going on here. It's fitting for
What
a
is-
shorts channel.
What is one thing that you remember when you had vision?
Hold on, I'll get to that in a second. But because people ask this all the time, they ask, how do I dream? I had another one last night. I have this weird thing where every once in a while I dream in like super clear vision, like way overly clear vision. Like I'm looking at people from 50 yards away, and I can like see their pores and like the sweat like pouring down the side of the. I have this really detailed dream that happens all the time. The last thing I remember seeing clearly. This is going to be so weird. This is going to be so weird. I don't even know if I want to say this. Yeah. All right. So a lot of times when I was a kid, before I took a leak, I would throw a square of toilet paper into the toilet, and I would aim at it and try and break it apart or blow a hole in it with my pee. And I remember specifically seeing that. It was a fun game I played when I was peeing when I was a kid, and now I can't see that anymore, so I can't play the pee toilet paper game anymore.
Okay, it's Surge for 5 says, can you do a Morgan Freeman impression?
Oh, I can't. Now he paid for it too. I don't do a good Morgan Freeman.
Comment your second
Morgan
option.
Freeman,
Morgan-
Steve Gustin.
Yeah, I feel like Brooks does a better one. He's because I want to do an accent,
man,
but he
that's
doesn't necessarily have an accent. What I really wanted to do, I actually reached out to his agent or his manager because I wanted to do a video, and I actually thought it would be a good commercial for Apple where I had Morgan Freeman reading my texts, because people are always like, how do you read your text? And it would be so funny having him sitting there being like, what was the biggest wave you ever caught? Is this some like just Morgan Freeman reading all the, is that banana's real name? And then eventually Morgan Freeman gets fired because there's text-to-speech on the phone and it's much cheaper. I thought it would be a funny concept for a commercial. But Morgan Freeman's agent did not reach out, and I did speak to someone at Apple, and they said, ha ha ha, and then moved on. So they didn't like the idea either. But I thought it would be a good idea.
Gatorade donated $2. Love your content.
Like Gatorade, the company Gatorade?
Well, it's 2 words, so
Oh.
your name is just Gatorade.
Well, thank you very much. You apparently like that sugary drink that I used to drink when I played soccer in 5th grade.
Oh, I had a funny one earlier if I can remember it. Would you rather be blind or read people's minds?
What? What do you mean? Or?
Yeah, like you're either blind.
So I'm either
Wait, no.
handicapped
You can-
or I have a superpower? I'll take the superpower, please.
Yeah.
No, we gotta remix this
no,
one.
like you can see, but you can no longer read minds, or you can be blind
And read minds. I don't want to read minds. I don't know if Banana and I would stay together, because I'd just constantly be hearing in my head how annoyed you are with me, and I'd just feel bad.
Yeah, that's a good. I also wish you did not do that.
Yeah.
Mind reading powers.
Although I can feel the aura. We talked a little bit. I gave you a pile of credit for being a person who has put their life on YouTube. I was explaining, if we get a moment between questions, I'd actually like Banana's perspective on that. I talked about what an amazingly good sport you are to put up with all of this.
Andy Duran for $1.99 says, where do you get all your shirts? They're dope.
Me.
Yeah, Banana picks out. So the one I'm wearing right now, we took a tour of the Volcom headquarters, which Josh didn't go to, and it was like they were trying to show me all this art because they're really into their art, and they're like, on this wall we've got this design, and this is Star Smith, and there's more designs over here. I'm like, this is so lost on me, and I felt bad because I thought Josh would totally appreciate it. And the one exhibit, do you remember, Banana? The one exhibit, they were like, and over here, and they started to explain it. I was like, oh, I want to touch it. They're like, don't. It has nails, like a lot of nails. They're like, don't touch that one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the one I went to touch has nails sticking out of it. Cool.
Yeah.
But I do get.
They give you that shirt.
Yeah, they gave me this shirt, and so I don't have a deal with them. If anybody's been wondering, I get there's a Pete discount on the shirts, But I'm not sponsored, and I think that's important for a handful of reasons, because everything that we say comes from my actual opinions, especially the food tasting ones. Like if Taco Bell wins a food tasting challenge, like they actually won. And if I'm wearing a shirt, it's because Banana likes it or I like the way it feels. Everything is genuine. But yeah, we live in a surf town, so there's a lot of fun clothing to choose from. But it's mostly this girl over here that picks it out.
We got 2 banana compliments. One, she has great style too. Her hair looks great today.
Oh, thank you.
Nice job, Banana.
I brushed it.
Do you have any pro tips from one blind person to another blind person?
Okay, that's an important question, and I get it a lot, but here's the thing that I've found. Trying to tell other blind people to function in a way that I do isn't translatable. And it's not that I'm different. Everybody's different. Every single blind person. It's such a unique disease too, whether you're blind from birth or you developed it later, what kind of schooling, what kind of training you had. And there's little things here and there that I find helpful that other people might find completely useless. I just give the generic advice, which sometimes people need a little kick in the butt, and it's the motto of the channel. It's find a way, which it says on my shoe over here. Oh, I think it did upside down. Either way, whatever thing that you've got going on in your life, you're asking for tips because there's something you want to do, I assume, right? That's why people ask questions. Whatever that thing is that you want to do, you can't do it the way you used to if you'd be able to see, or you used to be able to see, and you can't do it at all if you were never able to see, but you have to find a way to do that. Like I can't surf alone anymore, so I surf with a friend. I couldn't read copy, even though I wanted to be a voice actor, so I developed the ear prompter system.
Where did the name Banana come from?
There's just, I can't give a singular piece of advice other than that you have to not give up and you have to find ways to do the things that you want. Is that decent advice? I've
Totally.
never, okay.
I think if anything, find a way.
Yeah, because I think people are like, how do you get around with a cane, or like, how do you meet new people? And those are very hard questions that can be answered 1,000 different ways. I mean, I could go into that at some point. Like meeting new people kind of sucks when you're blind. It doesn't suck. It's hard. It's hard. You don't know what the person looks like. You don't know if they're
the feedback that their body language or
Yeah.
their face is giving you.
And Maggie, who's Maggie? Banana will sometimes my default in a new situation is to dominate the conversation. Because as you can tell, I'm good at talking and I have kind of a powerful voice. And it's kind of my comfort zone because if I'm the one doing the talking and telling the stories and controlling the room, then I don't have to wonder what everyone is doing. Like it's hard to be a reactive person in a conversation if you can't see. Like if they're telling stories and there's a lot of hand gestures or and this happened and then everybody's exchanging looks, I'm like totally lost. I find new situations with new people difficult sometimes. But I try to be a better listener. I literally have been trying. But it's a little uncomfortable. If I'm not talking, I don't know what's going on.
Tries.
Yeah. I make efforts.
Where did the name Banana come from?
Banana?
We have differing stories. You don't want to explain where Banana came from?
No, I'm taking a drink. This is all you.
All right. So we have differing stories, but this is how I remember it.
There are different stories about everything, by the way.
Yeah. When we first started dating, first of all, I love bananas, but he always had bananas in the house, and nobody is stingy about their bananas. It was the cheapest fruit that is out there, right? So I would help myself to a banana, like pretty much every time I was at the house. And then, as it turned out, that was a problem because Pete had rationed his bananas for each day for his shakes, and he doesn't go to the store.
They get them delivered.
Right. So then he would go to have, make the shake or whatever, and there'd be no bananas. And it was because I was the banana thief. So pretty much it just went from banana thief to banana.
Yeah. And she likes bananas.
And he thinks my head looks like a banana, I guess.
Your head? No, your hair color from what I remember.
I don't know. Yeah. At one point, I was like, I have a really good story for this. And your answer to somebody was like, the back of her head, and her hair kind of looks like a banana. I was like, that was a lame answer.
When I met her, we met in 2013. I could see much more. Obviously, I could see more. So when people asked, do you know what banana looks like? And I said, yes, I remember what banana looks like. And you haven't aged. You looked exactly the same for the last 10 years.
Says you.
In my head.
That's actually good for me, I guess.
Is Steve learning to guide you better?
He learns every time we go. I don't.
Well said.
Yeah.
There's learning that goes on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful
Each
of
day.
reasons that we didn't get a fully trained service dog. I'm not on my own, fortunately. I've got people like these three awesome people and Nisha. I wonder if Nisha is she in the chat? You see Nisha Snow anywhere? And other people in my life, everybody that we had our little 2 million celebration party, and everybody that was there from Jimmy Redmond to Josh and Elizabeth and all of our friends. I have a massive support group, a group of people that help me out, and that's why one of the reasons I didn't go with a fully trained service dog, because I just need a little help. I also feel like it's important for me to have friends like Josh and Brooks around, because I actually do need a good amount of assistance throughout the day. And if it's all one banana all the time, I try and do as much as I can, obviously, and I feel like I'm pretty capable. But I feel like if I'm always asking for help from one person, that's a lot for that one person. So, Brooks does a lot for me, Josh does a lot for me, Banana does a lot for me, and I just need a little help getting around on the streets, even with the cane. I need a little guidance, avoiding people, avoiding obstacles, and that's what Steve is for. So he does a little bit, and these people do a little bit, and I do as much as I can, and that's how we get life done. Someone's at the door.
So,
I hear Skylar.
We should let him in a minute, but the walking strawberry for $1.99. He wants you to say his name, and then he says, "What's up? Your vids cheer me up."
What is it? The walking strawberry 99, or the price is 1.99.
Yeah, just say the walking.
The walking strawberry.
Bam.
I can do that. Let's do it in different ways. If it was a comedy movie, it'd be The Walking Strawberry. If it was a scary movie, it'd be The Walking Strawberry. Let's see, an action movie. Action is very similar to horror. You have to do them back to back. Horror would really be like, even deeper, would be like The Walking Strawberry. And if it was action, it'd be The Walking Strawberry in theaters this Friday. Not with Bruce Willis, unfortunately. Sorry. Bad Bruce
That
Willis
was a
joke.
heck of a deal for $2.
Yeah, it
man.
was. It's going to be like his ringtone now.
Yeah.
Did you say, I think the dog gave up. If both dogs come in, I feel that we might run a risk of having a lot of camera equipment knocked over and attacked.
I don't know if it's.
How are the numbers, by the way? Is anybody watching this nonsense?
Yeah.
246.
For some reason my YouTube is not.
Oh, Zender Master said who lived with who first. I'm not really sure what.
He thinks we all live together.
Yeah, I know. And I wanted to text. First, Pete found me on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Walked into my van.
This poor homeless guy. You teach me how to surf, you can live in my place.
Basically lived together every other weekend.
Yeah.
First, Pete found me.
Yeah.
Then, first Pete found Superdog.
Yeah.
Then he found me.
Yeah.
Then he found Josh.
Yeah.
Then I found Skylar, and then I found Steve.
Yeah.
And Enter Brooks.
That's it.
I don't know.
How did we? No, Brooks found us.
Yeah, I found
Oh,
you.
Brooks did find
yeah,
us.
Good point.
Brooks lives down the street.
Yeah.
Josh lives in unknown places.
Yeah. High in the mountains.
What's your favorite video you've done?
That's a good question.
For some reason, I really like the one that you and I did, and not just because it performed so well, but I really liked the one that you and I did, Brooks, with Zyler down in La Jolla.
Oh yeah.
Because everything about that day sucked. It was and I was nervous to go to La Jolla. I don't even know. I mean, it must have been a good video to watch because it got like 30 million views or something crazy. But Brooks and I went down to La Jolla. The last time I'd surfed there, I got into a fight with a guy that was really mad that I got in his way, like an actual physical fight in the water. And it was like a crappy day. The waves were horrible. The wind was up, and Brooks knew of a spot in La Jolla that was like protected from the wind. We went out there. We got yelled at by the lifeguards. Brooks lost a GoPro, and everything was going wrong. And then this little kid just walks up from behind me, and he's like, "Are you blind?" And in that moment, he was excited to ask me if I was blind. This is actually something we talked about with the people at Nickelodeon, which is why I want this cartoon to be made, because we've normalized blindness as opposed to, and I think you and the executive were talking about this, Banana, how it used to be like something you don't talk about,
Yeah,
like,
like, look
"Ooh,
away."
Yeah, there's a blind
Yeah.
person over there. Ooh."
Or just really confusing.
Yeah.
Like, didn't know the whole story, didn't know to what extent of blindness.
They just
Very confusing on how you would perceive that they would live their life being blind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, a lot of it really was like, "Ooh, don't talk about it." It's like the Austin Powers, like the mole on the face, like, "Don't talk about it." Molly, 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 molly. Like it's just something that you don't but this kid, and this is why this video was cool to me. I hadn't started getting recognized a lot at that point. I don't even know if we were at 1 million subs, maybe. But he comes up and he asks, he's like, "Are you blind?" Like, and he was excited about it. And the video is called "What's Better Than a Punch in the Face," I believe. And he said it like he was psyched, and I was like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "Are you Pete?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I watch your videos." And he's like, "My name is Tyler." And I'm like, "Tyler?" And he goes, "Zyler." He says it like this
Yeah,
just big.
that was my favorite part.
I heard the smile. He was like all excited about his name, and that's why I don't know why that video blew up, but that's why that one was really meaningful to me. That the kid was excited to be meeting a blind person.
All right, we got 3 super chats. Walking Strawberry for 199 says that was good with a laughing emoji.
Thank you.
Cosmet Monster says love the content, and that's for €2. Love the content. Congratulations for the.
That's a good deal for me. I get a compliment and I get paid.
Yeah,
that was
great,
good.
huh?
Thank
and
you.
Evolving Backwards pays you 44 of an unknown currency symbol.
Yeah.
And it's 2 fists bumping. So
It looks like
Number 44 is so random.
yeah,
It
I
is.
think it's. I don't know what
evolving
that currency
backward.
is.
That is a cool picture you got going on there.
Banana, we got fist bumping for 44 somethings. Give me a fist bump.
And then Andy Duran
Thanks.
for 199 says you should try a fruity flurry from Kung Fu Tea.
Where's Kung Fu Tea? Is that a thing?
I've never heard of that.
Kung Fu Tea, please mail me a flurry. It might be melted by the time it gets to me, but I wonder
We
if that's
got a
like.
guy with a traumatic brain injury here, someone
TBI.
with MS, who are both saying you inspired them. So
That's cool for me to hear too. I never thought when we very first started the channel, I hoped that it might be translatable, but blindness just being what it is, I thought only blind people would watch the channel and get anything out of it. That story I've told a million times with a woman from MS in Kansas that reached out. That was the first time someone with a different disability, and that got me really excited. The fact that people can look and understand that you've got a disability and you work to overcome it. I've got a different disability, but you've inspired me to work to overcome it. That was super exciting for me to realize it was translatable to, and not even. I get notes from people that'll like funny notes. They're like, "I'm not even disabled. I'm just lazy."
Do you ever identify people by smell?
Uh,
I would say he definitely by voice or sound.
yeah.
But if there was no sound.
You like to blurt out smells.
I do. It was more because not so in San Diego. All right.
Wait,
So I used to live
Mr.
in.
Beast's message. Oh, sorry. Keep talking.
I used to live in New York, and everybody had like their signature. Like everybody wore cologne there, and I could totally recognize people from their colognes. Around here, I mean, no, I don't. You know what? I can recognize niches after Surf leave-in conditioner that she puts in her hair. Yeah. That's like the only signature smell that I've noticed out here.
Happy birthday, Pigsy.
Happy birthday, Pigsy.
So a lot of people think that Mr. Beast was in the chat earlier. It had 2 E's.
Oh,
So
Was it Mr.
unfortunately it was
Beast?
not Mr. Beast, but if you guys want to tell people that Mr. Beast was in the chat, that's great.
I
yeah.
ate a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
I did too. Oh, surprise! You know, that was another one. I feel like people are like, "Oh, what did you get paid by Mr. Beast?" I'm like, "No, man. I mean, his candy bar didn't win. We compared Godiva chocolate to the Mr. Beast Feastables milk chocolate, and it didn't win. But I also said it was a really close. It was a good damn bar. I was surprised.
So you're like the only person who hasn't been paid by Mr. Beast?
Yeah, I guess. Yes.
We haven't surfed trestles.
No.
We should, but not lowers. We'll go to like middles
Is Lowers crowded?
or like old men's or something. Yeah.
I don't want to. I'd hate to take a.
Seems fitting.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd hate to take a big trip somewhere. That's the tricky thing for us is like I don't want to go like take a big trip and get in the car and drive an hour and walk 40 minutes and then get to a spot and go, oh, it's super crowded. Like because I can't be in a crowd. I'm dangerous to crowds. So for a couple of reasons, what am I hearing?
Ted,
What? Oh no, I was hearing. I feel like there's a dog at the door over there.
are you dying for me to let in Skylar?
People wanted
I
to
don't
see
know.
Steve at a certain point, but I'd say let's wait like 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Yes, you can send us a bar of UK chocolate bars. Unless you're just doing that to get our address. We have a PO box.
We do have a PO box for the Blind Surfer Foundation.
I like how I say we don't live together, but I said our address.
No wonder Zen Moon Master is so confused. And you do just whenever you're in a video, like yesterday's video, just like walking around the house and oh, Josh is in the background.
We got 2 super chats. Aaron Brown for a currency I'm not sure, 2 of whatever currency. Thank you for your positive attitude. It's helped me. And then Brian Murphy for €5. Well done, Pete and gang. So happy for you all. 2 mil subs, amazing. And then Gatorade with another $1 with no message.
Remember those 3 names because I want to say something about the 2 names. So Brian Murphy is your friend or your pal, your friend in Dublin, I believe. He's another one of the guys, and I feel bad. He comments very frequently, and he does a little sign off. Your friend in Dublin. I definitely appreciate your checking out. I feel like he watches every single video. The first one I wanted to say something about was the
Aaron
first.
Brown.
Oh, is it Aaron or Aaron?
Aaron.
Okay,
Aaron.
so everybody that
Aaron.
yeah, well, that's where I was going with that. Ever since Key and Peele came out, like, does everybody you meet go Aaron, or do you actually get called Aaron anymore?
What shampoo do you use?
I use Dollar Shave Club shampoo.
Non-endorsement.
Not an endorsement. I actually and I wrote them a really angry email. We have the box downstairs. We could do an unboxing because I wrote him an angry email. Oh, that's Steve. That is an aggressive.
Who the hell doesn't recognize a pound sign?
Well, I wrote them an angry email because they keep sending me all my stuff, and every week or every time they send it to me, the
Just let him in for a minute.
the shampoo leaks all over everything. So I get a box full of leaky stuff.
Prep yourselves.
Yeah.
Hey, Sailor for $2.
Steve.
There you go, guys.
Hi, Steve. We won't forget about the sailor.
Says my son JP is autistic and loves you. Please say hi.
What was his name again? Sorry, I was distracted by
JP.
JP.
JP. Hi, thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it, and I hope that whatever you've got going on in your life, it sounds like you got a loving dad, and hopefully the rest of the family is supportive, and you can overcome whatever you got going on, because that's what we're all about here.
Steve. Bark, bark, bark.
Crazy.
Can you come to West Virginia and try whitewater rafting?
I went whitewater rafting. I went whitewater rafting in Maine once. I thought that was a blast, and that's not a bad blind guy sport now that I think about it, because you're not like, unless you're in the boat unless everybody jumps out and leaves you there, you're on your own. But I actually feel like that would be super fun. Is there whitewater rafting in California? Probably, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
We should
What
totally-
fictional character would you most like to be friends with?
Hold on. Why am I holding a flip flop? Whose is this?
It's mine.
Do you want it back?
No.
Were you wearing it? Did he literally just take it off your foot?
Well, it was half on my foot.
Have fun.
I want to be friends with Tony Stark because I feel like he could develop like bionic eyes for me, and it would take him like 4 seconds. He'd be like, "Oh, come on into this office. Oh yeah, here's your bionic eyes." That'd be great.
I don't know if this is for Banana or you, Pete. Hi, do you remember babysitting Rowan?
Well,
Have
That's
babysitted
for
someone
you.
named Rowan before?
I was.
Do you
Rowan's
remember?
Nanny for for Maggie. I feel like it was her whole life because I left. But, is her last name DeYoung?
I don't know. I would assume if they know that it's a Rowan, but let's.
But
Steve,
Rowan wouldn't.
no.
Rowan wouldn't write that because obviously.
Well, why would they write third person? Is someone
Maybe it's
asking?
their mom or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. I was their like full-time nanny for a very long time.
Okay.
I like this one. I saw the video of the guy who thought your blind stick was a lightsaber, and I want to know what you were thinking when he said that.
You showed. So Brooks had the camera, and what I was thinking was exactly what I said. I'm speechless.
I think he was trolling us.
Well,
Looking back on it.
So I did a poll about that, and the poll was pretty heavy. I think it was like 75% people thought he wasn't trolling.
He seems pretty genuine.
Coffee behind you now.
I felt like he was genuine, but so I actually I rarely get a lot of crap from people, which I super appreciate. Most people I think it's like 98% positive, but a couple of people like, what kind of a jackass are you that you expect every kid in America to know what a blind guy cane is? And I'm like, well, I guess that's a fairish point. But one person went a little further. They're like, maybe he lives in a small town, maybe he was visiting, maybe he hasn't been exposed to that before. And I was like, but does he have a television? Or does he have a phone? Like, I feel like at some point in your life, I feel like I hear Steve buy all my camera equipment.
Yeah, he is.
Is he? Don't let him.
He's trying to just like get into the
Yeah,
wires
listen.
and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, he made an appearance. I think we could,
If he, hopefully he gets bored and walks away.
Yeah.
Steve, are you bored yet? You gonna walk away? But do you think that that's an unreasonable thing to expect that
Be Rowan, just like my child.
Banana get over the Rowan thing already?
I'm sorry. I mean,
Jesus.
I love Rowan and little Maggie. They are, they have my heart.
I'm asking a question.
Okay, sorry.
Do you think it's unreasonable to expect that the vast majority, and I mean in the 90 percentiles, should know what a blind guy cane is?
I think, yeah.
I don't know. I really
I
don't
think
know.
if you're walking with a cane and you have sunglasses on,
Yeah.
people probably.
I do feel like
know.
it's, like,
not
so-
that hard to understand. I don't think.
It's so, like, you don't see that every day, though. Like,
But
at all, really.
No,
And as a kid,
maybe, but he was
You know,
like he was not a kid. This
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
definitely
a young,
not.
This was like a 15-year-old.
I think you, Brooks, had a line. It was funny because I'm pushing the cane in front of me, and I think you said, you're like, how drunk would you have to be dragging your lightsaber around a mall in front of you? Like,
Well,
that
it
would
didn't
be,
even look like a lightsaber either. I don't know,
no.
but
It might have been a troll.
yeah. What celebrity would you want to go surfing with?
So I've been wanting to surf. I wanted two people, and I reached out. One I can't find for the life of me, and one I did reach out to. I've been wanting to surf with Jonah Hill because his whole story was really interesting. That he wanted to surf, but he was super nervous about getting fat shamed putting on his wetsuit, and that kind of it bummed me out. Not like that guy needs my sympathies. Doing pretty well for himself. But I felt bad that some guy wants to go out and enjoy surfing, something that's meant so much to me and changed my whole life, and he wanted to do it. But since he's famous and since people have cameras everywhere, he's like, I didn't want to get photographed in a wetsuit and get fat shamed. And I was like, man, that sucks. And then he said he just got over it, and now he's been enjoying it. And I just felt like I'd love to kind of go experience that joy with him. And the other one is, I would love to go surfing with Keanu Reeves. I think that would be super cool.
Point Break, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Matrix, and he just seems. I like people with cool, calm, confident energy, and I feel like Keanu Reeves just seems like. I just feel like being out in the water with him would be super chill.
Definitely.
But he's like not a social media guy. He's just so. He's too cool for the world. This world doesn't deserve Keanu Reeves. And I tried to reach out to Jonah Hill. There's no way I could possibly get in touch with him. He wasn't interested, though I tried. And then with Keanu, he's just an enigma. I'm not even sure if he's actually a person.
do you still sing?
No, I don't really sing anymore. It was actually when I launched the band Penthouse J. I believe there's a sign of Penthouse J over there somewhere. I was just kind of getting going with my voice acting career, and the type of music that I was decent at singing was a little difficult on my voice, and I decided to put all my energy into being a voice actor, and practicing hard rock singing, hard electro rock singing was kind of beating up my voice, and so I kind of made a decision to focus on voice acting as opposed to singing.
You inspired Lou that after multiple eye surgeries due to glaucoma, you helped me cope with the possibility that one day my sight will be gone by watching you live the best life.
That's
Thank
good to hear. That's
We
nice
got
to hear.
5 minutes until 11:15.
Okay, I'm getting kisses over here. Hi, Skylar. Skylar, got to
He
say?
used to sing, and if you probably YouTube Penthouse J, you'll find some interesting stuff.
No, you know what's a good song? If you Google afterwards, stick around. Well, if you go to YouTube, you're on YouTube right now. But at some point later on, Penthouse J, Penthouse and then the letter J, the song called Hellborn. I was actually really proud of that song. It was a good song. I felt like I did some really good performative singing in that one. I like that song.
Do you want to give him an example of singing?
No. No.
What was your most recent voice acting job, if you can talk about it?
I don't know if I've done. It's hard to remember. I didn't do a national job this week. I mean, I did a lot of new stuff that gets played all over the place. What the hell's the biggest thing I've been on this week? I don't really know. I do know that I'm kind of bummed that I lost a job this week, which is kind of rare. I've been the voice of 98.7 The Shark in Tampa Bay for a while, and they changed their format. And usually when you change your format, you don't keep the voice. It wasn't anything on me, but so they changed the format and got rid of me. So I'm not in Tampa Bay anymore, but I am on 96 K-Rock in where the heck is that? Myrtle Beach, but I'm not in Tampa Bay anymore.
Evolving backwards with 110 of an unknown currency.
India.
Indian currency, I guess. 2 shakas, he says, India, and I don't even know surfing, and then a small German Shepherd service dog emoji.
That's cool. Hey, we got a petition. Thank you for that, by the way. We got to petition iPhone to have a Doberman emoji. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Doberman service dog emoji.
Andy Duran for another 199. Big support. You guys have a super chill vibe. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
You were on 98.7 The Shark.
Yeah, for a long time.
Peter's on a lot of radio stations that you probably just don't even know it.
Yeah, there's
All across
you
the country.
you can't go to. I'm on at least one radio station in every state. In most states, at least 2 or 3. And then the fact that I do work for the NFL and NCAA football, and then the fact that I'm syndicated through some of the news outlets that I work for, they did a tally at one point. I think I'm on over 600 radio stations at any moment throughout the day, which is kind of weird. Like my voice right now is saying a whole bunch of different things at this moment all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm also on a crap load of radio stations in South Africa and other parts of Africa, Japan, China, Mexico, Canada, Seychelles, Sri Lanka. I'm all over the place. I like when people are like, I was in the south of France on vacation. I heard you on the radio. I'm like, yep.
Yeah. Did you say the one that Cameron likes? The
Oh, Soggy Dollar,
I'm like,
Soggy Dollar Radio,
Yeah, Soggy Dollar
and
Radio.
the BVI,
Yeah.
the British Virgin Islands. But so the funny thing is, like when I'm working in England, one of the very first jobs I got over there was for a cell phone company, and I forget the name. It was like, get a new mobile phone today. Deals as low as blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, you're saying it wrong. I'm like, mobile phone? Mobile phone? They're like, no, it's mobile. I was like,
You're gonna say that.
oh.
That sounds so weird though.
Mobile. So they say mobile. And then the radio station I'm a voice of in the south of France there's a lot of radio stations that are KISS here, KISS 108 in Boston.
Yeah.
KISS. So this is a KISS station, but you don't say KISS, you say KISS. So I say KISS FM, South of France. Well, I don't know. I don't know why I did a whole accent. I don't change my accent. I just say KISS FM, South of France, whatever the heck I say. But yeah, it's KISS. They're like, you can use your dumb American accent on everything else, but you got to say KISS correctly.
I like that chicken guy 123 is watching this live with the boys.
The boys.
Yeah,
We
who are the
support
boys?
that. Ender Game
Boys.
Fishy, here's your shout out. You don't have to do anything else.
Thank you. Wait, is he telling me I need to stop talking? Like,
No,
don't
he
do
said
anything
he'll
else?
literally do anything for a shout out, no joke. So
What was his
You
name?
can do anything you
Ender
want. You
Game
got it.
Fishy.
Alright.
That's for you. Ender Gamer Fishy. That's
What
for you,
does that
buddy.
mean? What is Ender Gamer?
Maybe he can respond, but
Maybe he ends games.
Is it Ender Gamer or Ender?
oh, we got one more super chat. Have you gotten any news about the Super Dog Show?
That it's going to be so. So that's another one. I told people to go watch the Hellborn video from my band Penthouse J. But so this isn't. It's not going to be make or break. I posted that video about Banana and I going to Nickelodeon, and it's not like if that video goes viral, it's going to get made, and it's not like if it doesn't go viral, it's not going to get made. But it is another little tool I think I'd like to show that people are interested. And so far, the response, every comment was basically like, yes, I want this, I want this. It is a procedure, as you can imagine. Getting a show on a major network is a procedure, animating a show, getting actors, and that's even beyond the steps of getting them to say, yes, we'd like to make this. I think, what did Tommy, the guy that's helping us with it, say? If the whole thing got fast-tracked, like really fast-tracked, you might see it in a year, more likely a year and a half. Is that correct? Is that what I heard?
I think that's
It would be a ways off. I feel personally that it's such a new take and something that could be so good. I have a really positive feeling about it, and I want to work with Nick. But if there's another network that is interested, I'm highly passionate about the idea of bringing this message to younger kids and then doing something with Superdog. I'll mention that quickly so I don't get all emotional. I was crying in here before Banana. I started talking about Superdog and it got to me. But
Think about strawberry shakes.
the progress is slow but extraordinarily positive at this point.
Well, we're at an hour, over an hour now. Don't know if you want to keep going or
How did you're the live guy to
we
these?
don't have any more super chats.
What's
Do
do people usually?
shout outs, but they ain't paying. Yeah, I mean,
How many people are kicking around at this
Somebody
point?
said, what about Cartoon Network?
I don't have any contacts
Yeah.
there, but that would be another one.
210 people here. Andy Duran for another 199. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you,
What's
Andy.
your favorite food versus so far? So what's your favorite blind guy taste test?
Oh, favorite blind guy taste test. What? I don't know which one it was, but there was one that I just realized I could get messy because I have to eat like a
Just
normal.
trying to-
Yeah, I have to eat like a normal human being when I'm around Banana and like use utensils and wipe my mouth and everything. And I just realized I forget what it was. It might have been some burger. Oh, I think it was the
Might as well just
burgers.
go for a sloppy Joe and just like send me to my grave.
Well, because I was trying to figure out what the hell was in the burger, and I just like stuck my hand there. I'm like, "What is this?" And like that was kind of normal because I was trying to explore what was in the burger. I'm like, "Wait, I can do this!" I'm like, "This is fun." So I've been getting,
allowed.
yeah, I've been getting a little messier in each one. But favorite food? Well, I still want to do a steak one, except stupid Outback went out of business around here.
Oh, what was the favorite one that you already did?
I know. The favorite one that I already did, I don't know. I'll just say I don't know. I like the on the go one.
Taco Bell.
Well, no,
I like
yeah,
the Taco Bell video. That was my favorite one to
yeah.
watch.
I like doing the one on the go, like getting out and just exploring a little bit. That was fun. They're all fun. Everything's fun. My life is
So,
fun.
Got another super chat here.
Yeah, K Sailor for another $5. Thank you, K Sailor.
Thank you, K Sailor.
You're an inspiration.
Taylor.
Thanks. Hope you work out with Nickelodeon and can share your spirit with more of the world. You've inspired so many with your joy.
Thank you.
That was so nice.
They did like in the board meeting. They were like, "We love you." They basically called me a man child in the meeting, and
Yeah.
I was like, I think that's good.
Yeah.
They're like, "You're a grown up, but you basically act like a little kid." I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's good, right?"
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the only time that the term man-child has been thrown out in a positive way.
They like my positivity.
Should we cut super chats after this last one, or
I mean,
If
It's
they're
a-
still
it's a
coming in,
Heat. Reds for $1.99. What is your biggest voice acting job ever?
the biggest voice acting job ever might actually, if you're talking, do I talk? I'm not going to say the number, but do you think they're asking price, or do you think they're asking?
Variety.
Biggest
I think maybe
brand?
view? Like
I think so. I think the SpongeBob one is the most recognizable. That was the very first trailer I ever did. And I mentioned that in the meeting with Nickelodeon. I was like, I of course did the trailer for SpongeBob, Sponge Out of the Water, and they were like, "Oh!" Like they didn't know. Why would they know it was me? That was big. And then, depending on what you're a fan of, I worked on the Medea family funeral, so the Medea franchise, which is huge. A lot of people know about that. But I think one of the more recent things that I did was just a big job. I did all of the trailers for Willow, which was put out on Disney Plus. And unlike a movie trailer that may or may not be in theaters for a long time, the Willow was getting promoted 2 or 3 weeks before it. Then it ran for 10 weeks, and then afterwards we were telling people to watch the whole thing now. So it was a very long campaign. I got a lot of airplay on that one, so that was a cool campaign for that reason.
Ellen XY for $1.99. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you for all the lessons you've taught us.
Thank you for knowing that I'm teaching lessons while I'm not intentionally teaching lessons. That's been the trickiest. Well, that's been the trickiest line about YouTube for me is I know I need to entertain. Like I'm here to teach lessons basically and show how you overcome things and how you do stuff and how you can still live a good life no matter what you got going on. But I can't just get on there and sit in that booth in there and be like, you can live a good life. Like,
Oh, you're just a role model.
yeah, well, that's what I do. That like. Twitter is full of like these people that just put daily affirmations on there, like
you're
you can
pushing
do what you
yourself
want.
to teach yourself lessons as well.
Yeah, too. So it's good for me. But if you can watch a goofy video that I did, I feel like the kids watch it and subliminally understand like what I'm showing them. I feel like maybe the adults get it a little more on the nose. But that's been the hardest thing about creating these videos is also knowing every once in a while, and Banana hates this, sometimes I have to do one that is literally just to bump up the views just to get the algorithm going, and the next day I slide one in that shows something that I overcame or something that I did. I think it's a good way to do things, but it's a little tricky to walk that line sometimes.
All right. I think we should wrap it up. There's no more super chats.
All right.
Shout out Pigsy 10's mom for her birthday.
Pigsy 10's mom. Woohoo! Happy birthday.
And Skylar's falling asleep anyway. She's like, this is it? This is what you idiots do?
Shout out to Rowan and Little Maggie because I'm going to be obsessed with that for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So the only thing I would say is, are we going to do more of these?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the last one we did was last year. We didn't do it super frequently. We probably should have done it after 1 million, but that was a crappy time because I just lost Superdog. I mean, if people want them, I'm happy.
Oh, we just got 2 more super chats.
I'm happy to
3
do
more.
it. Okay.
Okay, anonymous person for BGN2. Don't know what that means.
Wait, is their username actually anonymous person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for making people feel less anxious, or they can. Yeah. Sorry.
He feels less anxious because of you.
Around
Nice.
people.
That's
Thank you,
good to
the
hear.
Hobo for 5. Your videos have always made me smile and laugh, and you have inspired me to keep pushing my YouTube channel and my shorts. Keep it up, and keep it super.
That's cool to hear.
Brian Murphy for €5. Peace out, Pete and gang. Off to work now. You can give you a shout out to all the lads in Dublin Fire Brigade.
Brian's spending some money today.
Yeah, right.
Andy's going to work. Brian, you're going to work on a Saturday night. He's in Dublin. We're GMT -7. He's 00. So 6 o'clock in the evening in Dublin right now on a Saturday. Hard worker.
And Ellen XY, no, do not stop, please, for another $2.
Well, you just keep
Appreciate it, Ellen.
gonna keep throwing $2 in to keep us on.
It's really hot in here, and my back's getting sweaty. So.
That's why you are right.
Wait, was that a comment or is that actually
No,
you?
that's-
You got us about the money.
Yes, yes. I warned you.
Should I go stop it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thanks for being here.
That goes to the comment of, do I smell anybody? I do now.
Say bye.
Bye. Thank you
Bye.
for joining.
Oh,
Thank you
we're
for
gonna
coming,
have to
guys.
Figure out how to stop it. Oh, I just pressed the X, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Every one of these that we do is 2 minutes of how do you, and then it's going to ask.